Alrighty, so you seen the title? The new multiplayer reveal for Call of Duty Vanguard dropped, and I know I don't normally make content, or I haven't made content in a pretty long time about Call of Duty anything, and that's really because I just haven't been playing it. The past, pretty much since Black Ops 3 of COD, I just haven't really cared about, specifically Modern Warfare 2019 and Cold War. That's just not it. And then Warzone, if you enjoy Warzone or those two games I just said, then I'm happy you're having fun, but yeah, that shit's not for me. I just generally don't really like Battle Royale in general anymore, other than Apex, I guess. But, you know, I grew up with COD, so I still am interested in it, and I still keep tabs on it every year, and I bought every one and wasted my money to play it for a week and then never play it again. But anyhow, I don't really have specific expectations or hopes for COD Vanguard, because why would I? But I just want to check it out. I want it to be good. As much as I want it to be good, I don't think it's gonna be. Anyhow, that's enough rambling. Let's just get to the trailer. And again, I have no expectations, so hey, maybe it'll surprise me. If it's even remotely good, I'll be surprised. But anyhow, let's get into it. Alright, so there's actually like two things right here. There's like the 30-minute worldwide multiplayer reveal that COD uploaded, and then there's just a trailer. So I'm just gonna look at the trailer here. Maybe I'll skim through the 30-minute thing afterwards just to see if anything noteworthy is in there, but right now we're just gonna look at the 2-minute trailer here.
Warriors, saboteurs, assassins. Their lives.
So you could be a samurai? I'm sold.
Each one with an axe to grind, and when we turn them loose, you better believe they're coming out swinging.
Alright, show the gameplay. Oh my god. So destructible environments is something we saw in the like alpha, which I did not play because I do not have a PS5 and my PS4 exploded. Okay, so executions are back. We already knew that. What is that? Oh, is that like the RCXD? Okay. Maybe. Oh no, that's a little bigger than RCXD. What is the point of that thing? Okay, yeah, it actually just explodes. Okay, I'm liking the pace so far. It seems like it's going to be fast-paced, which is pretty much all I ask for. The slowness of MW 2019 is god-awful. Ooh, stem shot? Okay. 20 maps. I wonder how many of those are going to be remakes. Okay, so Gunsmith is back, obviously. I gotta make it work with Warzone. Global operations? Okay, I mean, November 5th. Alright. I mean, it looks like Call of Duty, I'll give it that. What the hell is this?
Pre-order now and get early access to the open beta. Digital pre-orders get instant access to the Night Raid Master.
Okay, I don't care about these pre-order bonuses. Isn't the beta is specifically to PlayStation, right?
Get instant pre-order now.
First on PlayStation, September 10th. Oh, you get it first on PlayStation. Well, I mean, there's not much you could really tell just from a trailer either way. But let's turn the audio off and play it again. Now, the thing I just really didn't like about Modern Warfare 2019, which we do know that this is running on the Modern Warfare engine, which Cold War didn't, which is why it kind of looked like cheeks, like graphically. So obviously this game's gonna look great because Warzone looks good and Modern Warfare 2019 looks good. But the thing that I always hated about how Modern Warfare feels and Warzone, as since they play the same, is just how slow and clunky everything is. So if this is just faster paced, I mean, I'm already more alongside this than I am the Warzone and Modern Warfare, but I mean, you can't really see much. The time to kill seems more akin to Black Ops than it does Modern Warfare, where you just like insta die, which is good. So as far as the gunplay, we've already kind of seen it in the Champion Hill beta, whatever it was called, alpha, which I didn't play much myself, and I really didn't pay much attention to that beta either, because nobody's gonna play that game mode. We just want the 6v6. Let's be honest. Yeah, I mean, there's really not much to say. It looks like Call of Duty, but at this point, that's not really saying much because Call of Duty's been kind of buns the past 4 or 5 years. The one thing that is unique so far that we've really seen only in this is the destructible environments. So I'm assuming it's pretty much just gonna work like how Doors did in past 2 CODs, where you just like blow them up at the beginning of the map and then they're just kind of not even there the rest of the game, which I think is a good thing. If they like respawn every round or something like that, that's not a good thing. I think they should just, if you blow them up, blast through them, it just creates more space, and it just stays like that, especially in like a round-based game mode, something like Search or whatever. Obviously in TDM and stuff, it doesn't matter too much, but yeah, that's again not too much to say on that. I'm assuming that this is probably the new Warzone map, which I couldn't care any less about. So I guess I'll quickly look through what's it called? This right here. The worldwide multiplayer review. Day 1 content and beyond.
Well, let's talk about some multiplayer.
Sounds good.
So we have 20 total maps in the game.
We do.
16 of them that are working with core, and they're across all locations, and
16 that are working in core. Okay, so there's actually 16 maps that are going to be the 6v6 stuff, and then I guess 4 that are going to be probably like Champion Hill and whatever other little game modes they make. So
and then the 4 maps that comprise Champion Hill, which is airstrip.
Okay, yeah, that's
market,
literally what I just said.
Starting today, you can preload for the beta.
Okay, here we go. PlayStation Early Access, September 10th. And then weekend 2 is Xbox plus Battle.net PC Early Access. Okay, so you can only play the 16th and 17th if you get it on Battle.net specifically on PC, and then I guess if you buy it on like Steam or wherever else you can get it, then that's the 18th and 20th. Okay. I really don't want to pre-order it because I probably won't play it, but let's be honest. I love COD, even though it's sucked for the past however long. It holds a special place in my heart, so I'll probably will end up pre-ordering it just to play the second beta. And if I had my PlayStation, chances are I probably already would have pre-ordered it, and I probably would have played the Champion Hill thing too. But anyhow, moving on.
Champion Hill,
a core MP, okay, thank God.
We also have combat pacing, so you can now experience this huge range from tactical combat all the way up to blitz combat across those modes that are in the beta. It's such a different experience between when you're playing with blitz and tactical as well, because when you're playing blitz, it's just no holds barred, you're going. Tactical,
yeah, blitz is what I want.
So we're actually increasing the time to engagement in there, and every shot matters. You're able to
increasing time to engagement, so time to kill.
Quick match.
Oh, let's see right here. Combat pacing. Interesting. So that's kind of incorporate. I feel like this is directly because of Warzone. So like, if you want a longer time to kill, similar to something like Warzone, where you have to be, I guess, more tactical, quote unquote, then you can choose tactical mode. I wonder what assault is. Is that like in between? Can I read the descriptions here? Tactical combat pacing preference defines the number of players in a match. Tactical combat pacing increases time to engagement, which is time to kill, to create an intimate and intense combat feel.
quick match play.
Then an assault combat pacing preference defines the number of players in a match. Assault combat pacing targets average time to engagement with high action combat. Okay.
You're able to.
And then Blitz. Blitz combat pacing targets extremely high action and chaotic combat. So Blitz to me just sounds like shipment 24/7. So I'll probably stick with Assault or Blitz. I mean, obviously I can't tell till I actually try it which one I prefer. But I can tell you right now, Tactical is not where I want to be.
Be like, oh, I prefer Tactical.
I'm going to be doing Blitz. I remember when we were just first talking about it, the idea of making every map into shipment. I love that.
Oh my god. So there actually are smaller maps? This might be goated. I hate this. I don't want to get excited for this game because Call of Duty has burned me the past however many years, but I can't help it, man.
We also have Patrol coming in as well. It's a new mode for Vanguard.
Patrol?
It's really fun. I'm really excited to see how fans respond.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
It's essentially the moving hard point that's moving around the map on this track. You're going and you're
moving
taking,
hard point.
as people play it more and more and discover
So it's freaking Overwatch, push the payload?
Control point, hold it down for your team.
Except you're fighting over the payload?
No matter how many people from your team are on it. So if you're truly, playing as a team, you're going to have people behind the patrol point, in front of it, really locking down those lanes. That mode is bringing so much more than we've ever had, and you're also exploring the entire map.
I don't know about that one. Honestly, like, I just want to play the classic stuff. It might be, quote unquote, I guess, ignorant or whatever of me to, just want to play the shit we've been playing. But that's what I love COD for. Like, all these new game modes, Champion Hill, nobody's going to care about. Back in, what beta was it? The Modern Warfare beta, where there was just a 2v2 mode. Nobody played that after the actual game came out. Like, focus on what people want to play. Stop putting resources into this experimental stuff, right? Like, obviously go make that when you want to, but make that after the core game is actually good. Frostbite, we already knew about. I'm skipping through some of this because I don't need to hear all this.
We're here to talk about gameplay. So this is reactive environments, movement,
tactical
footsteps,
gameplay.
Create a class, weapons. It's all about creating a fun environment for the players to run around in.
Are you going to talk about the creative class?
That feeling of pulling.
Because I had heard, I think Jev said he thought it was going to be like a pick 10 system, or he heard it somewhere. I don't know.
That player creativity.
When you first shoot something and it reacts to it, now you start becoming a little more creative about what you want to do with that.
Tactical sprint is in the game. We have it coming back, and you can.
Okay, tac sprint I actually did. That's the one thing I did like from MW 2019.
How you want to do things, which really allows for a lot of freedom.
That's right. When you're taking cover behind something, they can also.
God,
you start seeing this.
Now you can. Yeah, this I'm not super sure about the. I don't remember what they called it, but where you could like fire over stuff, and the mounted kills are back. Not a fan of that. Not a fan of this. Especially if these are going to be camo challenges, which I feel like they are. Just mount up and sit somewhere and shoot somebody. Or fucking sit behind something. It just promotes such a bullshit way of playing. But anyhow.
You can mount on top of these surfaces as well.
I love sliding into cover and either mounting on the side, mounting on the top, blind firing over the top.
Blind fire, that's what it's called.
Like, let's just talk about that for a second, because blind fire is an all new addition to Vanguard. It's kind of the hip fire of mount. We actually have it set up where
hip fire of mount. That sounds awful.
Hear something, you're going to go into mount every time you do that. But if you're in cover behind it, your gun's going to come up, and now you're actually in this state where you can blind fire over it. You get a little peek over the piece.
Yeah, how is this actually gonna work, like on controller or even on mouse and keyboard? Like, is it a proximity based thing? Like, if you're close to the whatever you're sitting on, you're gonna mount, but if you step back a little bit, then you'll blind fire. Like, or is it just like a toggleable thing? You could toggle between mounting and blind fire. Because if it's one of those proximity things, then it's not gonna feel good at all. I can tell you that right now.
Able to move back and forth across that fire. You get the hip fire spread, and then once you see somebody coming, you can actually go right back into mount and transition between the two, and it's so fluid.
Wait, is he mounting and walking? Oh my! Please don't tell me that's a thing. If he was just firing and turning, that's fine. If he's mounting and sliding his shit and walking at the same time, game's over. I don't want to play it anymore. Okay, all attachments customized. This looks very similar to Gunsmith,
Caliber down within each weapon.
which
The
is to be
Heavier
expected,
the caliber,
because all these
more
weapons that they're
you
making are going to have to be
change
included
the
into
look
Warzone
of the
too, so
walls.
makes sense.
It's not just visual either. Increasing the caliber does increase the damage the bullet does. So we're kind of moving away from this concept of protecting rate of fire and damage. We're letting the players control it.
We have a class in the game, and we're building on what was done in Modern Warfare 2019.
You got your primary weapon, secondary weapon, 3 perks, lethals, and tacticals.
It's about choices and about the player having choices.
Is
In
Ghost
creative
a perk?
class, there's so much going on.
Or not
here.
Ghost,
We have the
Dead
gun
Silence.
system coming back. We have caliber system, ammo types, 10 attachments as well that you can put on the gun.
The coolest thing about 10 attachments is that we were able to make it so that some of the attachments
10 attachments. So it is a pick
much
10.
stronger than
But
the
is
other
it pick 10 per
attachments. There's a
gun,
lot of
or like
options.
your class?
Taking our 30-ish guns and bringing it all the way up to over 100 because you can
Because
tailor that
10
to
per gun
whatever
is
you want.
insane. Like, what?
And then it's still familiar with the perks, the 3 perk slots, and you can actually modify those and get some modifications around some of the other core gameplay pieces. And with these weapons, and with this caliber system, there's so much in there to be able to use. We have certain perks that are dedicated to it.
Yeah, you might choose an LMG and then try to combine perks for close range to make it so much more like an SMG, but with that power
I'm
and the
sick.
ammo size that the
Why'd it take so long
LMGs
to
are
kill that
bringing.
dude?
Or you might go the completely other way, lean into our new mounted movement system, so you can slide around the cover.
Oh my, he just confirmed it. Did you hear what he said? You could slide around the cover while mounted with certain attachments? No. Oh my god. Yeah. Warzone's gonna... I already don't like Warzone. If that mechanic comes into Warzone, I will guarantee you I'll never touch it again. I probably won't already. But anyhow.
One of your perks, your perk 2, that allows you to actually highlight people through walls that you've suppressed. Suppression is a new mechanic that slows people down.
And with that, like, that is going to give us the most tactical experience you've ever had in Call of Duty.
Yeah, we're trying a lot of risky things.
The
allowing
most
players to
tactical
tune things like
experience
range
you've
rate
ever
fire.
had in Call
We're
of Duty.
committed
That doesn't
to
sound like
figuring out the right
what I
balance
wanted to hear.
there.
Together, we're in it with the community. We're there getting feedback.
Okay, that is
from
one
them
thing.
on
If there's
all we
anybody
know
to actually listen to what people
and
want,
we
it's
wanna make it
Sledgehammer.
the best for
Like,
everyone.
Infinity Ward, they don't give a fuck at all. Like, you think the game's cheeks? Guess what? That's how it's staying. But Sledgehammer has shown that they actually care with their past games. Okay, art direction, I don't care about. The PC experience. They have a whole section dedicated to PC.
My name is Mark.
Next chapter of Warzone. You go ahead and skip this. Alright, we're getting towards the end here. Because I've skipped everything I don't care
We
about.
sincerely appreciate you watching, but there's so much more for our fans to experience from the beta through launch. The beta will be running over the next 2 weekends, and you can preload on PlayStation starting today. For joining us today,
Alright,
we
so I guess
can't
that's
wait
it.
to see you in the game.
Yeah, that's just the trailer again there at the end. Okay. Well, the one thing that actually gets me a little bit excited is... Where's it at? This right here. Oh, not this. This right here. The combat pacing. I think this is actually really interesting, and if done right, it's actually a good way of appeasing the player base of people like me, like the classic COD players who just want to run in, guns blazing, just have that classic multiplayer experience, and then the new players who probably are all coming in because of Warzone, because Warzone's free though, so there's been a ton of new players who this Warzone possibly could have been their first introduction to COD, so they could probably think, well, this is what COD is now, right? Which it wasn't, but now in this tactical mode, maybe that's more up their alley. So again, I think this one system right here already shows me that Sledgehammer is trying to appease everybody.
Quick match play.
But outside of that, there wasn't that much gameplay shown, so
Be like, oh,
I can't really say like, oh man, this looks sick. And I honestly can't even say that until I've actually played it myself. And I'm still not really sure if I even want to get the game like on day one. A part of me wants to, because I know like that's prime time for COD. Like no matter what, even the cheeks CODs that I was talking about, like during those first weeks or months when my friends are all playing, like playing anything with my friends is fun, even if the game is cheeks. So part of me wants to buy it, you know, just cause. But you know, the smarter part of me wants to give the game a little bit of time to breathe so I could hear opinions on it and whatnot before I actually spend my money. But anyhow, that's about it. I actually have to leave. I got my books in here. I gotta leave for class pretty much right now. So I could talk more about it. I could rant about how much I hate Warzone and whatnot all day, but I'm not going to. Let me know what you guys think of what we've seen of Vanguard so far. Not only both of these little trailers and videos we watched, but of the Champion Hill Alpha. Or if you played Champion Hill Alpha, let me know how that went. And are you excited for Vanguard? From what I've seen, people are kind of in the same boat as me, as like we're keeping an eye on it, but we don't want to get our hopes up too much, which I think is the proper mindset to have, because we all know how bad things can get when you overhype something too much and then it comes out and it's impossible to meet those expectations. But anyhow, that's it. See you guys in the next one.